we use LED. If the LED glows, we can say power, we got the power. Fine. And this one is a capacitor, and this one is a resistor. Right. So at the end of the chapter, we're going to build this sort of circuit and see the output. Right. And if you remember perfectly, we have done the circuit already in a simulation. Right, in the last week simulation, we have performed this experiment, rectifier experiment. Right, in that we have used this capacitor also. So today also we're going to see the simulation. Right, let us wait for a student. How many are there? 37. We'll wait for 2 more minutes and we will start. Meanwhile, if you have any doubts in the subject, you can ask me. How was the exam, minor one? What was the last class you have attended? This one at from 10:30 to 11:30. CR.
Sir.
What was the last class you have attended today? That is from 10:30 to. Achha. Okay. Fine. We will continue with the class now. 43 are there. Right. Those who are joined just now, today's topic is rectifiers. Right. We are done with the unit 1. Now we are moving to unit 2. Only one topic is left over in unit 1, that is diode, tunnel diode and Zener diode. We will talk about those two components in the coming future. Right. Meanwhile, let me start the unit 2. Unit 2 is all about rectifiers. Right. In today's class, we're going to see what does it mean by rectifier and how that rectifier output will be evaluated. This is the rectifier IC. Right. There are two inputs and two outputs, AC input and input is AC, output is DC. Right. We will see now how this rectifier will work. Right. There are two types of rectifiers. The rectifiers are there, half wave and full wave. This is the rectifier IC we're going to build. Rather, we're going to see the output for this circuit in the simulation window. Fine. Right. One of the application of the diode is rectifier. As we talked about the diodes in the first unit, we talked about the applications also. Application of the diode is rectifiers. So coming to the definition of the rectifier, rectifier means, what exactly it means by rectifier means, right? When we give AC input, that rectifier is supposed to give DC output. Right? What does it mean by AC and DC means? See here. Right? AC means time varying signal. You might have talked about the signals and systems. AC means time varying signal. This is AC signal. Right? This is the AC signal. Fine. This is the time varying signal. Right? If a circuit converts one time varying signal into a stable signal. Stable means straight line. That circuit we call it as a rectifier. See here, right? This is entire thing is a black box, right? This is nothing but a box. Entire thing we're going to have in the power supply or SMPS circuit. Right? This entire thing is nothing but inside the box. Right? Load means it may be mobile, it may be LED. Right? It may be a mobile charging is nothing but a good example for using of these rectifiers. If you tear apart this mobile charger, right? I'm not asking you to damage the mobile charger. If you tear apart that mobile charger, right, you can find this rectifier circuit, right? In a simple terms, for a mobile charger, input is 230, right? If you have the mobile charger beside you, you turn it up and see the specification of the mobile charger, right? On the mobile charger, it will be written like this: input is 230 and 58, output will be 5 volts 1 amp, right? If you have the mobile charger nearby, you can see this one, right? Output is 5 volts 1 amp. This will be written in the mobile charger, right, under the specifications. So what does it mean? What does it mean is, if the input for the mobile charger is 230, output is 5 volts. We use this 5 volts to charge a mobile, right? So inside the mobile charger, right, we're going to have rectifier circuit, right? So what does it mean by rectifier? Means if one black box, if one component, if one device convert AC input, which is nothing but a time varying, it may be sine or cos, right? If R square also, if one device convert AC to DC, that device we call it as a rectifier, right? That is the definition of the rectifier. Definition of the rectifier is converting AC into DC is nothing but a rectifier, right? Right? What is this symbol? Have you seen this earlier? This symbol is nothing but transformer. This is a symbol of the transformer. This is the transformer primary. This side is a transformer primary. Black and red wires are transformer primary, right? Primary means what we give is 230 volts, 50 Hz. This is what the supply we will give for the transformer, right? According to the turns ratio, output will be 9 volts or 12 volts. See here, we have output here on the other side, right? It may be 12 or 9. Is this 12 or 9 is going to be AC or DC? Transformer only steps down the signal. Stepping down means input is 230, output is 12 or 9. This is nothing but a stepping down, right? Decreasing the voltage is nothing but a stepping down. So transformer doesn't convert the frequency. The frequency is input is 50 Hz as input. In the same way, at the output of the transformer also, frequency will remain as it is. Would be no change in the frequency of a transformer. Transformer doesn't change the frequency, right? What exactly it will change is only voltage, right? So input for the transformer is AC, output also AC. If you have the frequency means it is AC, right? So what this transformer is doing actually, this transformer is stepping down the voltage, right, from 230 to 12. Now coming to the block diagram of a power supply, right? So in order to get 5 volts 1 amp at the output, inside the adapter, inside the charger, we supposed to have all this, right? So first one is a transformer, that is nothing but this, right? Transformer. And the second one is a rectifier. We talk about the rectifier circuit just after a while, right? Rectifier, right? So according to the definition, what this rectifier does, rectifier converts AC into DC. This is nothing but a AC, right? AC signal, and this is nothing but a pulsated DC, not pure DC. It is a pulsated DC. Now we use capacitors or inductors to get a pure DC. This is the DC signal, pure DC signal. Straight line is nothing but a pure DC signal, right? This is nothing but a AC signal, right? Sine wave is nothing but a AC signal. Straight line, step signal in your language, right? This is nothing but a DC signal, right? So ultimately we supposed to design this sort of thing, right? See here, this is the transformer. This is the transformer, right? These two are we have a diodes now here in this diagram. We have 4 diodes. All these 4 diodes is putting together called as a rectifier, right? All these 4 diodes putting together called as a rectifier, right? So filter means we have a capacitor here. So this capacitor is called as a filter, right? So at the output of the capacitor, we're going to have this straight line. Is this fine? Right? Now moving on to number 91.
Sir. Sir.
Are you there?
Yes, sir.
Are you listening to the class?
Yes, sir.
Topic name?
Rectifier.
Okay, fine. Okay. Now see here. So we have divided these rectifiers into 2 categories. First one is a half wave rectifier. Second one is a full wave rectifier. Right? It is quite easy to remember these two after watching the examples. Right? Initially we go with half wave rectifier. See here. Right? So as I said earlier, input for rectifier is AC wave. AC means time varying. Right? Time varying means see here. If you find out the value of sine wave, right, sine theta, for different value for different angles, first you go with theta equals to 0, right? Theta equals 0. What is the value of sine for sine 0? Sine 0 is going to be sine 0 is going to be 1, right? Is it 1?
0, sir.
Sine 0 is 0, right? Sine 0 is 0. So sine pi by 4 is pi by 4 means 45,
1 by root 2.
1 by
right?
root 2.
1 by root 2. 1 by root 2 is nothing but 0.707. 0.707, right? Pi by 2. Pi by 2 is nothing but a
1.
pi by 2, right? Sin 90 is 1. ఎవరు షేర్ చేసేది రూల్ నెంబర్? ప్రాబ్లం ఏంటి? ఎవరు అది షేర్ చేసేది? ఏం చెప్పాలనుకుంటున్నావు? చెప్పు, విషయం చెప్పు. Right, so pi by 2, pi by x 1, pi by 2 takes 1. So after this we have, after 90 we have
180.
180, right? 180 means it is pi by pi, it is pi itself. Then
0.
it is 0, right? It is 0. Then after this we're going to have 270. 270 means it is minus 270 takes minus 1, right? Again 2 pi takes 0. So you map all this, you draw in this way, right? Initially it is 0. Yes, we supposed to start at 0. Then 45 means 0.707. So I am assuming this as a 1, this line as a 1, and the same way this I am assuming this line as a minus 1, right? Plus 1 and minus 1, we suppose start at 0, right? Then 0.7 somewhere here, then is supposed to reach to 1, then again 0.7, then again 0, then minus 0.7, then minus 1, then again 0. So this is nothing but a sine wave, right? If I give this sine wave to a rectifier, to a half-wave rectifier, right? So this supposed to be the output. So how you supposed to get this output means, see here, this is the input we have given, right? This is the input what we have given at the for the rectifier, right? So entire sine wave is given for the rectifier as the input, right? We have a diode in between. So what this diode is expected to do, this diode supposed to allow only certain we have talked about the working of the diode earlier, right? Diode forward bias and reverse bias. When the diode is forward biased and when the diode is reverse biased, we talked about this, right? Now tell me with the status of the diode, is this diode is forward biased or reverse biased?
Forward biased.
It is forward biased. Simply why? Because see here, we are talking about only first half cycle. We call this as a positive half cycle. We call this as a positive half cycle. We call this as a negative half cycle. Why? Because values are negative. That's why we call it as a negative half cycle. During this positive half cycle, all the values are positive. If all the values are positive, we are applying, this is the P side. This is the P side of the diode. This is the N side of the diode, right? So we are applying positive voltage to P, right? This is nothing but a positive voltage. We are applying positive voltage to the P and negative voltage to the N. So this diode is in forward bias, right? This diode is in forward bias, right? FB means it is not a Facebook, it is a forward bias, right? A status of a diode, right? So if the diode is in forward bias, diode allows the current, right? If the diode allows the current, output will be same as input. Why? Because diode is allowing the current, right? So output is same as input. Now you apply a negative off cycle for the diode, right? This is nothing but a negative off cycle. In a sine wave, we have both positive and negative. Now we are applying negative off cycle. If I apply negative off cycle, P side is given with negative voltage, N side is given with positive voltage. That's why this diode is in reverse bias, right? So if the diode is in reverse bias, it will act as a open switch, right? Open switch means there is no component at all. This is as much as like this, right? So there is a source here. It will acting as open circuit. There is a resistor here. That's it. So output will be 0. Why? Because diode is acting as an open switch. Why diode is acting as open switch? Means diode is in reverse bias, right? In forward bias, diode will act as a closed switch. In reverse bias, diode will act as an open switch. That's why output is 0. Now put this all together. For this positive half cycle, we are getting positive half cycle, right? Positive half cycle. For this negative half cycle, output is 0, right? Output is 0. For again, we will get one more positive half cycle, second positive half cycle. For the second positive half cycle, diode is forward biased. That's why we'll get the output same as input. For second negative half cycle, diode is reverse biased. Output is 0. Right? For third half cycle, diode is forward biased again, and output will be same as input. So if you apply sine wave for a half wave rectifier, this is the output. Why it is called half wave means we are getting only positive half cycles at the output. That's why it is called as a half wave rectifier. Now see, this is the complete circuit diagram of a half wave rectifier. Right? This is the AC supply. AC supply means we will give 230 volts here, right? 230 volts AC, right? AC. This is the transformer. Just now we have seen transformer just steps down the voltage. It doesn't change the frequency. Frequency remains as it is, right? Steps down the voltage. Stepping down voltage means from 230, it may reduce that voltage to a 15 or 12. right? Now we have a diode here, right, and load. Now input is a sine wave in this way. Input is a sine wave in this way. Output is obviously like this. Why? Because during this positive half cycle, diode is forward biased. That's why we'll get the same positive half cycle. Right? During the negative half cycle, diode is reverse biased. Output is 0. Again, for the second positive half cycle, diode is forward biased, and I will get the output, positive output. Then second negative half cycle, diode is reverse biased, output is 0. Third positive half cycle, we will get the, as it is a positive, diode is forward biased, we will get the output. So this is the output of a forward biased diode, right? Now see here, this is the voltage. We will get the output waveform only for the positive half cycles. Why? Because only positive half cycles will be making diode forward biased condition. That's why we'll get the output only positive half cycles. All the negative half cycles will be eliminated because during that negative half cycle time, diode is reverse biased. So this is the output we're going to get. So if this is the output, see here, in this entire output, we have both AC and DC, right? This is the input, right? In the input, we have only AC. We don't have DC here. We don't have DC in this signal. But in this signal, we have both AC signal and DC signal. That's why we call this signal as a pulsated DC, right? So what is the amount of DC? What is the amount of AC means, right? We indicate DC with a VDC, we indicate AC with a VRMS, right? VRMS means AC content. VRMS is nothing but how much AC content is there in the signal indicated by VRMS. Then how much amount of DC is there means we supposed to calculate VDC. So as we have both the components in this half-wave rectifier output signal, so let us calculate AC content and DC content, right? So what is the formula we supposed to follow to find out the DC means? We supposed to connect a DC ammeter at the output, ammeter or voltmeter at the output. In that way we can get the DC content at the output. Otherwise, there is a one more formula, right? That is nothing but the average value or DC or both are one and same. Average value is nothing but area of the curve divided by base, right? Or same can be written as area under the curve over the full cycle divided by base, right? How you find the area under the curve? But what is the formula we use to find out the area under the curve? Which mathematical expression gives us area under the curve?
Integration.
Right, integration. Integration gives area under the curve. Right, simple. If as we are talking about the signals and systems, right, you take a simple signal, right? You take this simple U of t. U of t means step signal, right? So you take this step signal. Step signal is defined as 1 when and only when for positive values of t, right? When t is greater than or equals to 0, otherwise it is 0, right? Now you integrate this step signal, right? Integration of this step signal U of t dt, right? What is you going to get? What is the signal you're going to get? Integration of U of t. U of t is nothing but a 1, right? So integration of 1 multiplied by dt. So what we going to get? Integration of 1. Integration of 1 dt. It is going to be, if I'm not wrong, it is going to be t. Right? It is going to be t. So area under step signal is nothing but a ramp signal. Right? So are you getting the point? Now you differentiate this. T, you will get step signal. Right? So area means how you calculate, take the same step signal. If you convert this discussion into a diagrammatical form, this is the step signal, right? This is the T, and x-axis we consider T, and y-axis we consider the amplitude. It is 1, it is 0, right? So what does it mean by area means, right? You take this part and calculate the area, right? You assume this as a y, this area as a y, right? Now in the same way, you consider second part and calculate the area. Calculate the area, right? Now area will become another y, right? Similarly, you go on calculating the area under this curve. Area under this unit step signal. Is area increases or decreases as t increases?
Increases.
Area increases. Why? Because we are moving rightwards. As we are moving rightwards, area increases. So at 0, area is 0. As we are moving rightwards, area increases slowly, right? At infinity, area also will become infinity. So that's why we indicate this area under the curve of step signal as a t. When t becomes infinity, area also becomes infinity, right? So in order to find the area, we're supposed to integrate one thing, integrate the function, right? Similarly, we are area under means, that's why we are integrating here, integrating the input voltage, integration from 0 to pi v dt by base. What is the base means? 2 pi, right? Entire cycle, right? Why we have taken pi means here, right? We are getting the signal from 0 to pi only, right? From 0 to pi, even though you take 2 pi here, right? 0 to 2 pi, right? This 0 to 2 pi is supposed to be converted into two parts. First one is, see here, why is supposed to convert? See here, it is we are getting the output from only 0 to pi. From pi to 2 pi it is 0. So convert from 0 to pi, which is nothing but a same as input. From pi to 2 pi it is 0. Pi to 2 pi it is 0. That's why better to take the integration from 0 to pi itself. So if you solve that integration and divide with 2 pi, this is what you're going to get, right? What this indicates is VDC, DC voltage in this waveform. So that's what I said earlier, right? This rectifier output do contain both AC and DC together, both AC signal and DC signal. How much amount of DC signal is there means this is the amount of DC signal is there, right? So 0.318 Vm. So if the maximum amplitude is Vm, only 31% of maximum amplitude is DC, right? So in the similar way, how much amount of AC is there means leftover voltage. So from Vm means maximum voltage, right, or peak voltage, right? From Vm, we have divided this Vm into both AC and DC, right? Right? How we divided AC and DC means this half-wave rectifier output will contain both AC and DC, right? I'm assuming this as a Vm, right? So Vm is containing both AC and DC. This is divided into two parts, AC and DC. So we have got DC content of this much, 0.331, right? DC content of 0.31. So remaining all is AC content. The remaining all is nothing but a 70%. So 70% of Vm is nothing but a AC. So if I have 10 volts, at the output of the transformer, where is the transformer? Here it is. So if I have 10 volts at the output of the transformer, plus minus, right? Only if I use the single diode, only I'm going to get 3.1 volt at the output as a DC. So out of 10 volts, I'm getting only 3.1 volt. So if I would like to get only 30% of the input is converted into DC. Remaining all are waste, right? Remaining all are waste. So remaining 70% is useless for us. So efficiency is very, very less. Now, if I would like to get 5 volts, I supposed to give around 20 volts. If I give 10 volts here, then only I will get 5 volts at the output. So that's why they are talking, right? So this is the AC value, that is the DC value. Now, keeping that in mind, if you calculate the ripple factor, this is going to be 1.21, right? So this rectifier will work, and what is the affair rectifier, all those things we're going to see. Is it visible to you now?
Yes, sir.
What exactly it is there? What do you see?
Circuit, sir.
Right. Have you seen this circuit earlier?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes. During the first experiment, diode characteristics of a PN junction diode, this is the circuit we have used. Now, let us use the same circuit and go with let us design a simple half-wave rectifier circuit. And what we have seen is output of the half-wave rectifier is only half of the sine wave. So let us see them. Go to circuits. Then click on half-wave rectifier. Right. So see the output here. Let me stop it. So this one is a higher one is the input. Sorry, output. Higher one is the output voltage. Left side one is the input sine wave, pure sine wave. Right. In this diagram, left side diagram, we have two parameters, current and voltage. Right side diagram also we have two parameters, current and voltage. Higher one is a voltage, right? Pure green one is a voltage, and other one is a current. See here at the input side, this is a pure sine wave, right? Pure sine wave. To get the output, output is only half of the sine waves, of sinusoids. We call it as a of sinusoids. So let us see when this diode is going to be on, when this diode is going to be off. So see here, diode is turned into red. Red means it is off, right? The diode is in off state, right? That's why output is 0. Right? Now see the simulation now. Right? Here the input is negative. Right? Here the input is negative. That's why diode is turned into red. Output is 0. That's why output is 0. Right? Now output will change as input is changing. Right? During this time, diode is on. See here. It is turned in, input is positive now, positive off cycle. Diode is in green color. Green color means it is on. Now see here, we are getting the output. So if you see very clearly more than this, you simply give a label or add a LED you add this LED to the circuit. When and only when diode is on, this LED glows. Right. Now let us see it. Now LED is glowing. Right. LED is glowing. Why? Because input is positive. Right. LED is off now. This LED is off now. Why? Because input is negative. See here. See the waveform. Input is negative. That's why diode is turned into red. LED is off. Is this okay? Are you able to see this?
Yes, sir.
Right. So LED is off. Why? Because output is 0. Output is 0. Right now LED is on. Why? Because output is positive here. Why? Because input is positive. For positive, diode will be in forward bias. If the diode is in forward bias, it allows the current. If it is allows the current, output will be high. Now input is negative, diode is off, output also 0. Now input is positive, output is positive, diode is LED is on. Right. Now it is input is AC, right? Input is AC, right? Output is also pulsated DC, right? In this output we have AC and DC. Look at here, we have a LED here. LED glows only for DC. So if a LED is glowing means there is a DC signal in this entire waveform. That's why LED is glowing. Otherwise LED will not glow. This is fine. So in this pulsated DC, both we have AC and DC. That's why this LED is glowing. Similarly, let us see full wave rectifier. Do you have any doubt in this? Anyone? 92, rule number 92.
Yes, sir.
Do you have any doubt in this?
No, sir.
Right. If anyone have any doubt in this, you can ask me. Right. This is a after rectifier experiment what we have done in the last week. Right. This is how we will get after rectifier output. Is this okay? Now, if you would like to change the voltage, you can change its voltage here. Right. If you would like to change the frequency, you can change the frequency here. Now, if you would like to see the same thing in a slow motion, concentrate here. Right. See here, and just click on run. See. Negative of cycle 0, positive of cycle, negative of cycle, it is 0, positive of cycle, it is on, negative of cycle 0, positive on, negative 0, right? It is off now. Observe very carefully. It is off. Why? Because input is negative. It is off. Current is 0. No current is flowing. Diode is off. LED is off. Now it is positive. Just about positive. Look at here. Unless and until it is not 0.7. It is not 0.7. Diode will not on. Right. So see. LED is blown. Fine. Now LED is on means diode is on. That's why output is slowly increasing. Yes. Slowly increasing, right? As this entire input waveform is a positive, right? During this duration, diode is on. That's why it is green. If the diode is on, output LED is on, right? That's why output is as like input. Why? Because diode will act as a short circuit. It is fine, right? Now let us discuss about full wave rectifier. Now, before to moving a full wave rectifier, if you have any doubt, you can ask me now itself. Right? Do you have any doubt? See here for 1 heads, you can adjust it very neatly for 1 heads. Off, diode is off. Still it is off. Now it is on. See here, it is now down into positive. We are getting positive. That's why diode is on. Input is positive. That's why diode is on. LED is on. Right? Similarly, we talked in the rectifier, we talked about the rectifier block diagram, we talked about the filters also. Let us see filters. This is the actual output of a rectifier. We are getting this side, we are getting sine wave, full sine wave, but we are not getting full sine wave at the output. We are getting only off sinusoids. That's why it is called off wave rectifier. Why? Because during positive off cycle only diode allows the current. During negative off cycle, diode will be off. Similarly, if you introduce the capacitor means filter. Right, it is not. What I have told is in this off wave rectifier output, we have AC and DC, but this is not a pure DC. Pure DC means we supposed to have a straight line. So in order to get a straight line, we supposed to introduce the component that is nothing but a capacitor. So let us add the capacitor here at the output and see the difference. Right, remember this is the output without the capacitor, off sinusoid without the capacitor. If I introduce the capacitor, right, I supposed to get straight line. See here, why I supposed to get a straight line? This capacitor allows the AC and blocks the DC. Right, when capacitor allows the AC, right, when it allows the AC, entire AC will be grounded. Finally I left out with only DC. That's why I am going to get straight line at the output. See here, observe it carefully. Let us increase the capacitance value to 1000, right, and see straight line. Are you getting the straight line? Now, right, entire straight line, pure straight line, right? Earlier this LED is not on for entire time, but it is remaining on for entire time duration. What does it mean? Are you getting the point? Earlier diode is on and off. Now it is this LED is remaining in on state always. With the introduction of the capacitor, output is pure DC, right? Pure DC, diode is LEDs, output LEDs remained on forever, right? Why? Because see here, this is our presentation. This is our off wave rectifier output, right? This is our off wave rectifier output, right? During this positive off cycle, is it visible? During this positive off cycle, LED is on, right? During this time, LED is off, right? Again on, again off, right? On and off. Why? Because during positive half cycle diode is on, negative half cycle diode is off. Now, if I introduce the capacitor at the output in this way, as we have seen, LED will be on throughout for output wave. Why? Because if I introduce the capacitor during the positive half cycle, this capacitor charges in this way, and during the negative half cycle, as output is 0, capacitor trying to discharge. By the time it is discharges, again waveform, we will get the positive waveform, again it charges and discharges, right? So initially capacitor is charged for positive half cycle, then it trying to discharge, then again we will get the positive half cycle, that again it charges, negative for negative half cycle it discharges, charges and discharges. That's why we will get the straight line at the output. For entire waveform, LED will be on, right? So introducing the capacitor is nothing but introducing the filter. See here, using the diodes is we call it as a rectifier, introducing the capacitor we call it as a filter, right? Transformer, nothing but this, rectifier is nothing but diodes, half wave rectifier, full wave rectifier, filter means capacitor, right? That's why we have a, here we have a diodes, capacitor and LED. It is fine, right? So based upon this, we have a this much of DC content 0.318, and we have a this much of AC content 0.7 IM, right? Now similarly, if you would like to calculate the ripple factor for half wave rectifier, it is nothing but a 1.21. I will come back to the ripple factor little time later. If you have any doubts, you can ask me now. Yeah, if you have any doubts, you can ask me now regarding this half wave rectifier. Right, what we have seen today is half wave rectifier, black diagram, and simulation of half wave rectifier with and without filter. Right, we have covered both theory and practical in one session. Right, is anything else? What we supposed to derive is ripple factor, form factor, and efficiency for half wave rectifier. We're going to derive in the coming classes. Right, as of now, do you have any? If you have any doubt, you can ask me now. If you have doubt in either in simulation or in this theory, you can ask me now. Once again, I'm telling only one part is left over in the unit 1. That part is tunnel diode, right? We will come back to that part, right? So this rectifier is unit 2. Is anything else? Rule number 107.
Yes, sir.
Are you listening?
Yes, sir.
Any doubt?
No, sir.
Okay, 120.
Yes, sir.
Got any doubt?
No, sir.
95. $95. 85. 88.
Yes, sir.
Are you listening?
Listening, sir.
Okay, 88.
Yes, sir.
Are you there?
Yes, sir.
When you have joined?
Wi-Fi, sir.
Hmm.
12:30, 11:30.
Late by?
No, actually, I have joined and then Wi-Fi was off. I rejoined within 2 minutes.
Okay, fine.
Mhm.
Right, if you have any doubt, you can ask me. These are the textbooks you're supposed to refer. This textbook is already uploaded to the WhatsApp, right? WhatsApp group. It is the only textbook we're going to use. Right side one, Bolstead, Electron Device and Circuit Theory by Bolstead. This is the only textbook we're going to refer from this time onwards, right? For entire unit 2, unit 3, unit 4, and unit 4, right? For all remaining units, we're going to use this Bolster textbook, right? In this textbook, we're going to see more number of examples on BJT and MOSFET and special devices, right? No other textbook is required other than this for BJTs and MOSFET special devices, right? It is fine. These both books are freely available in the net, right? This book is already uploaded to the WhatsApp, right? Don't beg others to write the assignments, right? Refer these textbooks for writing the assignments, right? No other thing is required. All the assignment questions are very simple. 1 mark and 2 marks means 1 line or 2 line or some basic questions itself, right? There is no twisted in the assignments. There is no problems in the assignments as of now, right? As of these last 2 assignments, right? If there is a problem, we are solving in the class itself. Fine. Is anything there? Is anything else? We'll derive this equation in the coming class, right? I think it is clear up to this point. AC content and AC content. Is it okay? Right, except CR and CRC members, and everyone can leave. CR ఎవరు?
Sir.
Yeah. ఎలా అవుతున్నాయి క్లాస్? క్లియర్గా ఉందా అది సిమ్యులేషన్?
Yes, sir.
కనబడింది అవుట్పుట్?
కనబడింది సార్.
ఓకే, లాస్ట్ వీక్ సిమ్యులేషన్ అవి చేసావా?
లాస్ట్ టైం నేను ఫోన్లో చేసా సార్, ల్యాప్టాప్ అవైలబుల్ లేకుండే. ఫోన్లో రాలేదు అంత క్లియర్గా.
ఎందుకు రాదు? వస్తుంది ఫోన్లో. డైరెక్ట్ సైటే కదా, ఇన్స్టాలేషన్ ఏం లేదు కదా.
అది సార్ ఫోన్ లో జూమ్ చేయరాట్లేదు సార్. అది
ఇది కింద ఆప్షన్ ఉంది కదమ్మా, ఈ సైడ్ లో ఆప్షన్ ఉంది కదా ఫుల్ స్క్రీన్ అని.
ఫుల్ స్క్రీన్ సార్, కాకపోతే జూమ్ చేయాలన్నా కొత్త వైర్ యాడ్ చేయాలన్నా కొంచెం ఇబ్బంది అవుతుంది దాంట్లో. ఫోన్ లో, ల్యాప్టాప్ లో కన్నా ఫోన్ లో ఇబ్బంది అవుతుంది.
సరే, ఒక ఇంట్రడక్టరీ వీడియో ఉంది చూసావా ఈడీసీకి, AC1కి? AC1 ఇంట్రడక్టరీ వీడియో ఉంది చూసావా నువ్వు? సబ్జెక్ట్ ఇంట్రడక్టరీ వీడియో ఉంది, యూట్యూబ్ లింక్ వాట్సాప్లో షేర్ చేసాను, అది చూసావా? దానిలో 2 యాప్స్ ఉన్నాయి, మొబైల్ యాప్స్ ఉన్నాయి 2, రైట్? ఆ మొబైల్ యాప్స్ ఇన్స్టాల్ చేసుకోండి, దానిలో కూడా సిమ్యులేషన్ చేసుకోవచ్చు మొబైల్ యాప్స్తో. ఈ యాప్లో ఏంటి నీకు ప్రాబ్లం రాదు కదా. యాప్లో బాగుంటుంది కాబట్టి, కంపాటబుల్ ఉంటుంది కాబట్టి నో ప్రాబ్లం. అది ఒకసారి చూడండి ఇంటరాక్టివ్ వీడియో. ఆ వీడియోలో 2 యాప్స్ ఉన్నాయి, 4 వెబ్సైట్స్ ఉన్నాయి, 2 యాప్స్ ఉన్నాయి. వెబ్సైట్ ఇంట్రడక్టరీ వీడియో అని, సబ్జెక్ట్ ఇంట్రడక్టరీ వీడియో యూట్యూబ్ వీడియో ఉంటుంది కదా, వాట్సాప్లో షేర్ చేశాను కదా లింక్,
ఆ,
అది ఇప్పుడు గుర్తొస్తుంది నీకు అది. అది చూడండి, అందులో సైట్స్ ఉన్నాయి, సాఫ్ట్వేర్స్ ఉన్నాయి, యాప్స్ ఉన్నాయి.
ఉమ్,
ఇంకా మీ ఇష్టం, ఆప్షన్ మీ ఇష్టం. ఈ సైట్తో వెళ్ళొచ్చు, ఆ వెబ్ యాప్స్తో వెళ్ళొచ్చు, సిమ్యులేషన్ చేసుకోవచ్చు. ఇదే కాదు, సిగ్నల్స్ అండ్ సిస్టమ్స్ చేసుకోవచ్చు, ఇది STL చేసుకోవచ్చు, అన్ని పాసిబిలిటీస్ ఉన్నాయి.
ఓకే సార్.
ఓకేనా?
సార్ ఇప్పుడు
మ్మ్.
రిపోర్ట్ కి జస్ట్ అది సమ్మరీ రాస్తే సరిపోతుంది కదా సార్ ప్రాజెక్ట్ కి?
కోర్స్ ప్రాజెక్ట్
ఎస్ సార్.
సమ్మరీ కాదు, ఇది పేటెంట్కి, రీసెర్చ్కి సమ్మరీ.
అదే సార్ 2 పేజ్ అంటే వాళ్ళు కొన్ని ఏమంటారు హెడ్డింగ్స్ ఇచ్చారు అట్లా.
కోర్స్ ప్రాజెక్ట్ యాక్చువల్గా హెడ్డింగ్ ఇస్తే ఆ కోర్స్ ప్రాజెక్ట్ చేయాలి. సిమ్యులేషన్ మ్యాట్లాబ్లో సిమ్యులేషన్ చేయాలి, మ్యాట్లాబ్ ప్రాజెక్ట్ అయితే.
మ్యాట్లాబ్ కాదు సార్, వేరే ఉన్నాయి. వాటర్ హీటర్ అని, LED అని, FM రేడియో ట్రాన్స్మిషన్ అని.
ట్రాన్స్మిషన్ అయితే కాంపోనెంట్స్ తెచ్చుకొని చేయాలి. అది
ఎక్స్పెరిమెంట్ మొత్తం చేయాలా సార్? హార్డ్వేర్ ప్రాసెస్.
మరి అదే కదా, మరి ఎలా అనుకుంటున్నావు, ఎలా అనుకుంటున్నావు?
జనరల్ గా మాకు వచ్చిన ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ ఏంటంటే కొంచెం ఏమంటారు ఎలా రాయాలో ఇచ్చారు సార్. హెడ్డింగ్స్ ఇచ్చి దాని మీద 2 pages 3 pages అట్లా సమ్మరీ రాసి ఇవ్వాలి అన్నారు.
అంతే అన్నారా?
అలా అన్నారు. హార్డ్వేర్ అని ఏమనలేదు.
తర్వాత ప్రజెంటేషన్ ఉందని చెప్పలేదా?
లేదు, అది చెప్పలేదు.
ఉంటుంది, హార్డ్వేర్ అయితే హార్డ్వేర్ వేయాల్సి వస్తుంది.
అంటే సార్ జనరల్ గా ఇప్పుడు హార్డ్వేర్ అంటే సార్ వాటర్ అది ఈజీ ఉంటది, కానీ మేము కొంతమంది FM రేడియో సెలెక్ట్